2001 was one of the most significant years for games with 3D graphics. During the same year, we got Halo Combat Evolved, Grand Theft Auto 3, and Metal Gear Solid 2, among many others. One hit that is often forgotten is Max Payne. There are so many reasons why Max Payne is so good. First off, it stood out to me because of how Sam Lake and Remedy chose to make it a more character-focused story. It was so successful that Take-Two Interactive, the publishing house behind Rockstar, bought the series rights and mandated for a sequel. Max Payne introduced the concept of bullet time in video games. This was pretty much the first game to truly nail this feature through its stylish slow-motion gameplay combined with a twisted and dark story. Remedy redefined the shooting genre with a single hit. 20 minutes into the game and I could tell Remedy actually did some homework and played around with the mechanics when they designed this feature. It's a substantial part of what makes Max Payne so good. The story of Max Payne is inspired by gritty film noir and John Woo action flicks. We step into the shoes of Max Payne, a former NYPD officer turned vigilante, as he wages war against the Italian mafia, punishing all those responsible for the death of his wife and daughter. Early in the game, while investigating a drug trafficking case, Max's friend Alex gets murdered by an assassin, and Max becomes the prime suspect in Alex's murder. So yeah, there's a lot going on. As dark as the premise really sounds, it's a roller coaster of emotions, from tense moments to tongue-in-cheek laughter. Max often speaks in a very sarcastic tone, using one-liners and metaphors to convey simple dialogues. The characters are interesting yet somewhat self-aware of the real world, and even the fact that you are playing a video game.
There was something disturbingly familiar about the letter before me. The handwriting was all pretty curves.
You're in a computer game, Max.
The truth was a burning green crack through my brain, weapon statistics hanging in the air, glimpsed out of the corner of my eye, endless repetition of the act of shooting, time slowing down to show off my moves, the paranoid feel of someone controlling my every step. I was in a computer game. Funny as hell, it was the most horrible thing I could think of.
Through storytelling and progression, you'll find lots of fourth wall breaking moments.
And I'm talking about the coolest of the cool. It always seems like time slows down in the middle of the action. You know, you can see the bullets flying through the air, the hero dodging in slow motion. Oh man, it would be so cool to be able to do that. Bullet time, that's what they call it. Bullet time, yeah, would be so cool.
The story is largely told through a series of visual novel-style cinematics, and the dialogues are shown through speech bubbles, like you'd see in a comic book. I personally like this presentation because it helps to flesh out the film noir ambience Remedy was aiming for, something which would have been very time-consuming and expensive had the devs opted to make use of pre-rendered cutscenes. Max Payne instead does make very good use of in-game cinematics.
Another bomb exploded inside the closest slum building. It was a lucky break. The goons inside were spooked, but luck always came with a price tag. More bombs could still be ticking inside, and the cops would already be on their way.
Now, some of the dialogue might sound a little bit goofy and unnecessary, but I would say it really adds to the charm after all these years. It works well, allowing you to relax and watch some artful exposition after 15 minutes of non-stop action.
Thank you. You've been a lovely audience. Had enough? I don't play with girls anyway. Unfair!
If there's anything that really stuck with me the most, I would say it was the soundtrack. It's dark, it's depressing and beautiful. As for the voice acting, actor James McCaffrey did an amazing job in voicing Max Payne. As for the supporting cast, well, that's a different story.
Yeah! Oh my god! Oh god, you shot me! Ah! You're dead, Payne! What the hell are you waiting for, you apes? Kill him! Kill him!
Remedy probably couldn't afford to hire professionals. Most voice actors were fellow employees and friends of Sam Lake, and I think that's alright. You can tell they probably had fun doing this, and you don't see this often anymore, at least not on this scale. The character of Max Payne is modeled after the game's writer Sam Lake himself. Now how cool is that, right? Okay. Now, as you've probably known by now, Max Payne is over 20 years old at the time of recording this. The game might not work very well on modern PCs. To make sure you're playing the best version possible, I recommend installing a few community-made bug fixes and patches, all of which will be linked down in the description down below, along with a Steam guide which I followed and found helpful. So moving on to next, the character models and animations are some of the most dated aspects of the original Max Payne, but the 3D environments and texture work still hold up today. And the reason why it still looks exceptional today is because the crew went up to New York and took a lot of photos in person. The game is modeled after New York, and the first few chapters show a very gritty and dirty looking environment. The later chapters feature a more industrial and corporate look. Max Payne was designed as a PC game in mind, so if you want to play the best version possible, then I highly recommend playing it on your computer. You can also save the game at any point you like. Other features include quick save, and trust me, it's going to be very handy because Max Payne is not an easy game. It's very punishing in comparison to a lot of current gen third-person shooters. Max Payne has a dynamic difficulty setting that auto-adjusts how much damage enemies can throw at you, so expect to die a lot.
Die! You'll die! You'll die! Now! Oh! Die!
He's on board. We're out of here as soon as the wind dies down. Don't like the look.
It's what the hell? Ow!
Frankie's tough. We'll take care of it.
Yeah, I know.
Hey!
There's no cover system. I'd say bullet time makes up for it. It wasn't until Max Payne 3 when Rockstar decided to implement this feature themselves. One thing I really hated about this game were the nightmare sequences. You get drugged and sent into this state of hallucination. Gotta follow a path like a maze. They always creeped me out when I was little. It can also get very difficult to see when you reach to the red trails. I found them very annoying. The PC controls work just as you expect in a modern shooter. There are no awkward or stiff controls like lock-on targeting you'd see in other shooters around at this time. Okay, so with that out of the way, to answer your question, is Max Payne a good game for everyone? Or should you buy Max Payne in 2021? The answer is largely yes if you watched the video this far. If you're used to playing games released in this era, then definitely go for it. Max Payne ain't a perfect game. It's relatively low budget forced Remedy to cut around some corners, but I don't think it weakens its accomplishments. It's one of the best games of its generation. I don't think I'll ever forget the 9 hours I've put into this. Max Payne is the reason we have classics like Alan Wake and Control. You can play Max Payne on a wide range of platforms including mobile, but guys, please avoid the PlayStation 2 and original Xbox versions if you can. The loading times and aliasing on those platforms is a mess. You can get Max Payne 1 and 2 bundle for about $5 during Steam sales. And don't forget to install those patches before giving a bad review on Steam. Alright, that's it for today. What do you guys think about Max Payne? Let me know your comments down below. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you liked the video. And thanks for watching. See you next time.
So much for being subtle.